I've always wanted to build a church that makes a difference. The kind of church that God sees as beautiful. A church that is healthy. A church that is strong.
God has, been blessing our family, bringing us together as one, one unit, and just to see my kids spending time with God and praising Him and giving Him all the glory of what's going on in our family has just been awesome.
A kind of church that is passionate and authentic. A kind of church where people matter, where people feel accepted, where they can get healed and refreshed. I always wanted to build a church that would be a good example, that doesn't just settle for what's comfortable, what's predictable, what's mediocre. A kind of church that is full of life, wisdom, vision. I always wanted to build a church where people could call it home. The kind of church that doesn't focus on why not or why we can't, but says to itself, what if we could achieve something that was bigger than our wildest dreams? What would that kind of church look like? How would a church like that see the world, the millions or billions of people that call this planet home?
The move of God's grace upon my life and what He's doing in this conference, I think God's just going to transform not just my church back home, but just revolutionize what's happening in our city in Sydney and all across our nation.
What would a church like that sound like? What would His passion sound like? What would attract people to a church like that? How would the stories of people who are part of a church like that play out? How would their lives change? Would their lives never be the same? Would they be the same?
It just made me feel stronger. Like, I need to step up to the plate. I need to put my fears aside. I need to really open my ears, open my heart.
And I think the marriage ministry was actually the turning point, because that's what led us to God.
And they don't judge me. They know where I came from, and they still don't judge me. They encourage me. They tell me, uncle. They call me uncle. We just love performing for God, and hopefully we'll touch some hearts and bring other people closer to God, like how I came to God.
If we had to boil down all that we are as a church to a single thought, it would be this: Hope Chapel West Oahu is all about God, and it's all about people. Our passion is for God, and our passion is for people. Our heart is for God, and our heart is for people. The way we see the world is through God's eyes. His eyes see the people. The work we do as a church, the cause we are all about, the legacy that we want to build is God's legacy. It's all about God, and it's all about people.